Hi, Huntress Habits here. Today we're going to make a box that you could use for any occasion. It's a pre-made pattern that is in Cricut Access, which is a great value for what you receive. And today we're going to do a few extra things to it and add a name to it and actually another fold to it. I like this bag because you can, the little ones you can put treats in it, put some acetate so they can see the treats. You can add their name, but it also has little handles here at the top. So let's get over to a new page and we're going to make this bag. The first thing we want to do is insert image. And you can look up box or bag. And it will bring up many for you to make. The one that I'm using is from a cartridge that is available to Access members. I'm sorry guys, I keep getting emails. I should have made sure those had all updated. We're looking for one with a pumpkin on it, and I'm going to get rid of that pumpkin. And why I chose it is because there's a trick to getting rid of some cut lines that they added to this bag. Or you could call it a box, either one. It would have probably been quicker if I had looked it up through just putting Halloween box in there. Was that it? No, that's not it. But this is also giving you a preview. If you're not an Access member, you might want to consider that. There's a monthly rate, but you save more by doing it by the year. And if you're a premium Access member, all of these rates right here that you would be paying are cut in half. You get 50% off of your digital images. Oops, I thought we'd run out. This is a real simple bag. I noticed a lot of people are making the boxes with the name on the front, and I thought, well, we can do that with this little bag. And as I'm a beginner, just like you, then thought we could learn it together. For Halloween, I just did it the way that it showed with the pumpkin on it. And then I used the pumpkin on top of a box that I made to put the teacher t-shirt in for my grandson's teacher. And I just put the pumpkin on top. Speaking of pumpkin, there's one for pumpkin pie. I love pumpkin pie. I'm a pumpkin season person. You know, if you were to come over, you could have pumpkin pie, pumpkin coffee, pumpkin creamer. I'm sorry. I'd eat it all year long. I used to eat it for breakfast. Pumpkin pie is my favorite thing for breakfast. Now, come on, bags. Didn't think it was this far down. I guess by putting the box and the bag in there, I got a few more than what I really wanted. But it's giving you a preview. Just taking up a little bit more of our time. Now this bag this box that we're using comes with a lot of ideas. This is it. And it's already got a circle cut out of it, but we're going to do it as a square. If I don't show you how to do that with the pumpkin, then you're going to have, and you want to use it for something else, then you wouldn't be able to. Here it is, right here. Real quickly too, clicked on too many down here, so I'm going to X them out. This can also be found very easily by going into Wrap It Up or keying in this number M2E849. Okay, I'm an Access member, so it has the little A at the top and the subscribed, telling me that I don't have to pay anything for that one. Okay, we're going to make this bag. Right now it's 3.1 by 3.6. So we're going to make it, we're going to go to the largest number and make it 11.4. We can't go over 11.5 if I'm just using one sheet of paper. Okay, and then we're going to get rid of the pumpkin. Now, when you first click on it, that can't happen because they are attached and they are grouped. So we're going to ungroup it. That allows me to click on it. And there is that extra thing that we need to get rid of. For whatever reason, it has a cut design in there. And we need to get rid of that. So we're going to go to deattach first, just so everything's loose. And then we're going to contour. Oh, it just grabbed the score lines. Sorry, guys. Don't want to get rid of the score lines. We're going to go to contour. I've got everything selected. I could have gone up here and said select all. Would have done the same thing. Then we're going to go to contour. And the first thing I'm going to do is go down to the bottom and say hide all. That's getting rid of all these little marks. See all those marks that we've got to get rid of? We want to keep the box. And we want to keep these two handles. So we're going to make them white by clicking on them. Okay? And that's going to give us the box without the pumpkin face. You X out of it. The little pumpkin cuts are gone. If you had cut this on the machine, it would have cut everywhere those lines were. So that's why you don't want to do this. Okay, and since I have deattached this, I want my score lines out of the way. Now you've got to remember where you had them. There's one here. We're just going to move it on over. And to make this easier for everyone to see along with myself, make sure I get them out of the way. I'm going to make this screen a little bit smaller by doing that. I'm hitting the minus next to the percentage mark in the lower left corner. Now, that was all the score marks. And like I said, we're going to add one to this. For making it at Halloween, I discovered that it really needs another one at the bottom. So we're going to add that one today. Now, the first thing I want to do, I'm going to cut out my space where my acetate's going to go. And I want to do it on both sides. Oops, I hit text instead. Sorry about that. On shapes. Now, you could do it any shape you wanted. An octagon, a pentagon, a heart for Valentine's would be nice. But we're going to do a square. And in order to see this just a little bit better, I'm going to go ahead and change the bag to a red color. That way, while we're cutting out with this black box, we'll see it better. Now I want to unlock the shape, and I'm going to make it more like a rectangle. And to measure how big I want it, I'm going to go the same size as the inside handle in the width. The length, you want to leave a little bit extra at the top. Because we're going to add an extra little feature up here at the top. Okay, we've got that. You know what? A good idea would be to go ahead and lock that back so I don't accidentally change it. And then I'm going to select that and duplicate it. When I do, I am going to place it over here. But now I don't know if they're lined up. So I'm going to click on the control key and click on the first one that I made, the first box. Square, rectangle, whatever you prefer. And I'm going to go up here to align. And we could use a line top, a line bottom. I'm going to do a line bottom. And that tells me that they are both at the same distance from the bottom. Okay? I'm going to also weld these together because Cricut only likes to do 2 layers when it's slicing, which I can understand why. So by welding it, that makes it 1 layer without flattening it and putting it into a print stage. Okay, now we're going to select these 2 items. You can do that just by dragging your mouse across and holding, or you can take it from here and select down. Either way, you're getting both of those items right now. Okay, remember we've moved those score marks, I had to think of the word, over to the side. Okay. Now, when I did that, it gave us the option to slice. So I'm going to slice it. I'm going to move that out. We no longer need this, so I'm going to get rid of it. And we no longer need those. Now, it saved us by welding those together, it's saved us a few actions by doing that. Okay. I'm going to X out of that one. Now I'm going to move this down a little bit lower out of the way. I want to make sure that I haven't forgot about the score marks, but we want to add a name to that. We could do Merry Christmas, Joy to the World, Jingle Bells, and then put bells in the bag. We're going to be putting candy. I could put an image of candy canes on top here and weld it to it, which is really kind of a cool idea. But we're going to do a name today. We're going to put my granddaughter's name, Emery. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, trying to move the wrong thing here. I'm always making mistakes, guys. That should be why you watch me, is just to see what mistake I'm going to do next. Now, the first thing we want to do is find a nice font where we have some curls and cues. Let's try this Art Nouveau. Oh, that would be nice. Okay, we're going to try that one. Now, we want every letter to be touching. So right now, since we wrote it all together, they're can only be worked with as a group. We can ungroup them and deal with them individually, or we could have gone over here to an advance and said ungroup to letters. Either way, that would have done it. Okay, we're going to move them over to where they're touching each other. And if you want to offset some, like make an M taller than an R, now's the time to do it. And there. Okay. Now if I wanted all of these to line up again, I would only select, I'm sorry, didn't mean to do it that way. I would only select these and tell them to align to the bottom, and I'll do that real quick. Because see what happens? The M I'm still going to have to move individually. And the Y would have done the same thing. So we're going to undo this real quick because I do want them offset. Move that R just a little bit. Trying to still make it touch. Okay. I like that. Okay, let's group them back together. And really, I don't know why I do that because we're going to weld it in a minute. Oh, now I know what I need to do. I need to duplicate it. Okay, that's in case I mess up. I can still ungroup it, mess with the letters, and move them if necessary. Okay. This one we're going to make just a little bit bigger than this one. And this might be too big. Let's see. Maybe just a little bit smaller. We want that Y to get in there. And okay, we know that it's going to fit. So now we want to make it a shadow for this one. This one's actually going to be smaller. Okay. To do that, we need to bring in some shapes. Now I could go to our images and bring them in that way, or I could just use the squares and circles from here, and maybe a triangle. I might need a triangle. And so I'm going to have to do quite a bit of adjusting to these, so I need to unlock it, bring it to about the same size as the letters. Too much? And this is where I might need that triangle or two. Okay, triangle. And I bet I need to unlock it. And I need to tilt it. And then I'll probably need one right here too. So let's just go ahead and duplicate that one. Bring it over. And we'll try first to flip it horizontally and see if that fits. No, we're going to have to unlock it, make it a little bit smaller, and rotate it just a little bit. Whoop. Okay, I think I got part of it, but I still got one little space here I need to cover. So let's get another square in here, make it really small. And I think we can fit it right there where that needs to be covered. Okay, have we got all that? Okay, now what are we doing here? We're going to weld it. That is going to be the shadow for this one. Now, what color do we want this one? Let's go over here to the one that is all one word or one image. And we're going to make it be pretty gold. So we may print that as a gold. And then we're going to put it on here and weld these two together so that when it cuts, it's just going to cut this line right here and this line right here. Okay? Now we want to fit emery into there. Let's move this back up. Do we need to enlarge it so everybody can see? Now I lost my word. Clicked it too many times, I guess. There we go. Oh, wow. Okay, there's emery. Okay, when I pass it over the red, it is going behind it. So we want to go ahead and put that to the front. And then we want to see how it fits in here. Okay, it's a little bit too close together. So this is where we want to ungroup it and treat them as letters again. Instead of as an image. And then we can select these. Oops, sorry. And we can weld that together. Okay, back on there just for purposes. Okay, now we want to attach these two together so they'll stay together right now. And I'm going to click on Emery's, oops. We're going to click on Emery's name and then we're going to click on the bag and attach. Now when I move this around, it is staying together. Oh, it changed her name though. We don't want to do that. We want to detach. Put her back as a color. Did not realize it was going to do that. Is this it? I'm not getting the color option. Oh, that's the one that I hit. Never mind. Okay. It's this one up here. Let's put it back at a green. There we go. Now, we're going to minimize this some and find our score lines and put them back. Okay. Do you remember where we had it lined up? Right here. That's everywhere that you're going to need to fold. But you also need to fold right here. Can y'all see that? Let me. we need to arrange that to the front also. There, now you can see the score lines. And we're going to add one. We go to Shapes, go down here to Score Line, and here it appeared. We're going to turn it horizontally. And we do need it just a little bit longer than that. And another way to know that it is in the middle of where we're at, needing it to be, if you'll put the edge of your bag right here. Let's get the score lines back where they're supposed to be. If you count this area right here, if I have it at the 11.4 or whatever size, you're going to divide these squares in half, the number of them. That would be the middle of where this needs to be. Okay. And for some reason, the score lines aren't where they should be. Okay. I'm probably grabbing them when I tried to grab the bag. Okay. So we want to put it right with this line right here because these are almost 6. So make it a little bit longer. You want it just a little bit longer than the area that you want to score. And then we're going to drag it to where it's just about at that halfway mark. Okay. Now, we have got the other score lines. We want to select everything except for the emery. So we've got to be very careful on how we do that. We're going to do the bag, then this score line, and then these score lines. That should have everything attached. Yes, now when we move it, everything is there. We are ready to print. Hope you learned something from this. And there'll be a video directly after this one, the next day or two, that will have the assembly of this box if you need to learn how to do that. Okay? Oh, that little extra thing. I almost forgot. We're going to put a ribbon through here. Last time for Halloween, I tied the handles, and one of the children couldn't get it undone, the ribbon, and so they ripped their handle. And so I want to prevent that this time. So I'm going to put just a little square. You could round the corners however you want to do it. I'm going to need to unlock that. And I want it to cut. And I'm going to duplicate. And we're going to cut 2 little slices out of the top here. I'm just eyeballing it to get, and that's where you're going to put your ribbon. Okay? You want to make sure that that is attached also. So click on your bag and then click on those 2 little items and attach them. Okay, now it's going to cut that little space out for you to put your ribbon. You could have sliced also, but you can weed that little bit out. Not a problem. Okay. If we had done that before we attached the score lines and put the extra one in, if I had remembered, then we could have done a slice and just put a hole there. But we just want to make sure it cuts. And that's what we've done. Okay, guys, we'll see you at the next video where we attach this one together. And I think I'm going to be doing, after that, some 3D ornaments using party foil. That one will be lots of fun. See you later. Bye-bye.